All right, so we are talking through our notes for lesson 8.4, significance test for proportions. So our first learning goal was to use the four-step process to perform a one-sided significance test about a population proportion. So we talked through in our activity the four steps: state, plan, do, conclude, or you can choose to say choose, check, calculate, and conclude. And so we've listed out each of the things that you need in that. So in our state section, you're going to state your parameter, calculate your statistic. Usually you have to do some division there. State your two hypotheses and your significance level or your alpha level. And you're going to get that alpha level from the problem. In our plan section, we're going to name our procedure. Right now, all we know is a one sample Z test for P, and check our conditions, the random and the normal condition. Then in the do or calculate section, we're going to draw a picture so we know that we have the right side of our normal curve. If it's HA is less than, we're going to be shading to the left. If HA is greater than, we're going to shade to the right. You can choose which equations to write out. You can do both the general equation and the specific equation, or if you just want to use the specific equation, I'm okay with that. Then you're going to show your work to find your Z-score, and then from there, go to table A and calculate your p-value. Okay, finally, you're ready to conclude, which is where you make your decision. Are you rejecting H naught or failing to reject H naught? And then do you have convincing evidence for the claim? Then for our second and third learning goals, our second learning goal was to calculate the p-value for a two-sided significance test about a population proportion using table A, and then use the four-step process to perform a two-sided significance test about a population proportion. So far, all we have looked at is one-sided, where we either shade the left-hand side or we shade the right-hand side. But you can actually do both sides. And what that looks like is in your hypotheses, HA is going to be not equal to. And one of the keywords that you want to look for is that in the problem is that it differs from the claim. So if you see the word differs, that's how you know you should be using not equal to. We call this a two-sided test or a two-tailed test. And the only difference in the calculation is that instead of just taking the table from, or taking the value from your table A, or doing 1 minus that value, now we're going to double it. So you're going to find that left-hand side, and then you're going to multiply it by 2 to get both sides, right? And if you would like to see an example of this, make sure you check out the application video because it shows you an example there. So try that out and check your work in just a minute.